Thank you so much, Sundance, for letting me stunt on y'all for a little bit. I really appreciate you letting me work it at this high of an altitude. Everybody, welcome to the 2017 Sundance Film Awards. I am your host, Jessica Williams, and I am so excited to lead all of you in this award ceremony this evening. And I wrote all these things down because I've been here once before. I think it was mentioned to promote the movie People, Places, Things, and now I've been here almost every single day of this Sundance journey, and what a journey it's been for all of us. Hey. I wrote down like all these really cool sort of observations about my time that I've spent here with you and everybody else, but I really sort of got swept up in the energy of this place and really just how beautiful it is. And mostly, I really got wrapped up in how badly I wanted to do shrooms here. And it's not like I'm not like a drug person. Like I'm not somebody who can like smoke weed casually, mostly because when I do, I hear dogs that don't exist and I feel like I'm gonna die. And then I also turn into somebody who's like, do you like me? Like, do you like me? And I was like, the lovely, nice white people of Sundance don't need to experience that version of me. Like my ancestors didn't like walk on Selma for me to like smoke weed and then just be like, do you like me? Like that's wild. It's really disrespectful to the Underground Railroad, but I have done shrooms before. Like recently I did shrooms for the first time and I was really nervous about it, mostly because I always like, whenever I try drugs, I just feel like I'm gonna die. But I was really nervous about it, and we went to I live in New York City, and my boyfriend and I, we got this cabin upstate. Yeah, it's a place and it rules. And we got this really awesome like cabin upstate, and my boyfriend, like he MacGyvered like some shroom tea, and he put it in like a tea sachet, and then he put it in some hot water. It was like a peach tea. So I could like have it at my leisure. And even watching him do that, I was like, tight, that's really hot. And so he gave me this cup of tea, and I sat down and I started sipping it slowly. And I was like, wow, this feels right. Like this feels good. I'm not afraid yet. So I got up and I started walking around on this property. There was like so much AKA nature. And I really don't like nature because of bugs. But at this point in time, as the shrooms finally started to settle in, I was walking alone through the woods and I was like touching the leaves. And I was like, damn, we do think we own whatever land we land on. And that the earth is just a dead thing you can claim. And I do know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, and damn, it has a name. So then I ran into my boyfriend, and he was like, do you want to go back to the room and just listen to music? And I was like, yeah, that sounds tight. So we grabbed like hot Cheetos, sea salt and vinegar chips, and then we turned on the Beach Boys, and we held each other and we cried as we looked out into nature, because from our bedroom we can just see such glorious mountains and valleys and streams. And I looked at a tree, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful tree, and it caught my interest, and I turned to my boyfriend and I said, honey, and he said, what? And I was like, do you see the villain Jafar from Aladdin in that tree? He was like, no. I said, you don't see Jafar? He said, no, but I see Albert Einstein and I see Kim Jong-il and I see Dennis Rodman. And I was like, wow, you're in a dark place. But that's really mostly what I've been thinking about since I got to Sundance. Because Park City is really beautiful. Like, it's really insanely gorgeous. Let's see, what is something that I've observed here? Oh, apparently there is no snowboarding allowed at Deer Valley here. There's only skiing. And I guess Deer Valley apparently is more affluent. And snowboarding is the winter sport for peasants. So I learned that. Rude. One time, a few days ago, I saw John Hamm drinking a beer and watching a football game at Butcher's Chop Shop. And it honestly was one of the most sexually liberating experiences of my entire life. Thought I'd share that with you. FYI, there is no place to find a tampon on Main Street. Body shamed a little bit, not consciously by you guys. What's another thing? Once it was, I guess there's a lot of snow here, I guess. That's a thing here. And I got in an Uber, my boyfriend and I, and he's my white bae, because I typically date white baes. It's like nobody's fault. It's just, I fell in love with Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. I was like 7. It's like nobody's fault. But we had a white Uber driver, and I was sitting next to my white bae, and we were going up the hill to try to get to our vacation home that we were staying in while we were here. And I guess it was snowing so hard that the wheels couldn't get enough traction for us to go up the hill. And halfway up the hill, both my white boyfriend and the white driver got out of the car, and I got in the front seat, and I just kind of got to sit there while these two white dudes pushed the car up the hill in Chelsea boots, and I thought, this might be my reparations. Let me see, what else say I hear? I guess everybody blames the fact that they're wasted up here on altitude sickness, but I see you. I know who you are. I'm gonna keep this show moving, and I want everybody to please join me in welcoming the executive producer of the Sundance Institute, Carrie Putnam.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. It's been so wonderful to stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you in a creative community like this for these 10 days, really feeling the power of storytelling. As I've heard the news outside of Park City during our time here, I'm more convinced than ever of what I think we all agree, that independent perspectives in film and documentary matter. Because they bring humanity and dimension to our understanding of the world at a time when binary and divisive rhetoric and actions are too often prevailing. The founding values of Sundance Institute, upholding free expression, amplifying diverse voices, and affirming the power of artistic creativity to propel us forward, feel more important now than ever. So I hope we're all going to take the amazing energy that we feel here at the festival, The energy that I know many of us felt at the march last Saturday, but also, but also the energy that at least for me, I feel in the theaters, and I feel in the conversations that I have about the films. I hope we all take that energy and bring it out from Park City and advocate together for the culture that we want to see. Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors and supporters, and in particular our festival's presenting sponsors, Acura, Sundance TV, Chase Sapphire, and Canada Goose. We'd like to extend our deepest thanks to the Governor's Office of Economic Development and the state of Utah as our festival host state, and to Summit County and to the wonderful city of Park City for its continued support. Earlier this week, we announced the Sundance Institute Global Filmmaking Awards, presented to emerging filmmakers from the world's cinema stage on the basis of their next screenplay. I'd like to tell you the winners now. The winners are, from Iran, Masoud Bakshi for Yalda. From France, Maimouna Dokour for Mignon. From Brazil, Fernando Coimbra for The Hanged. And from Poland, Agnieszka Smoczynska for Deranged. We also announced the Sundance Institute NHK Award, which went to Babak Anvari from the UK for I Came By. I'd like to take a moment and talk about the international artists like these award winners are such an important part of our community. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the artists and documentary subjects from Muslim-majority countries who joined us at this year's festival to share their work. We know, yeah, go Sundance, this community is amazing. We know that closing our borders to these and other international artists will stop the flow of ideas and inspiration that are so vital to the global community. We stand with you, and we stand with all people risking their lives for their values or seeking refuge from violence or persecution who are now denied entry to our country. So here's to the artists who are here with us. Finally, last Sunday, we announced the Sundance Institute Amazon Studios Producers Awards. These awards for documentary feature went to producer Jocelyn Barnes for Strong Island. And the award for narrative feature producer went to Anish Savjani and Neil Kopp for I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. On behalf of everyone at Sundance Institute, congratulations to each and every one of the filmmakers here. I am so honored and proud to be part of this community, and it's now my pleasure to introduce you to the festival director, John Cooper.
I have some good thank yous. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank some of the hardest working people you'll ever meet, the staff of the 2017 Sundance Film Festival. I'd also like to extend our deepest thanks to a group with whom we could never do this, the dedicated and tireless volunteers of the Sundance Film Festival, all 2,068 of them. Boom. We do need to single out a select group of volunteers who have given over 100 hours of their time to make this festival a success. We call them the 100 Club. There they go. There they go. There they go. Oh, you know them. The annual Gail Stevens Volunteer Award is given to a volunteer who demonstrates a long-standing passion to the work of the Institute. Gail Stevens was an active member of our Utah Advisory Board for 18 years, and this award was given at the start of the festival. It was given to Marlene Tebow, who has been a volunteer for 19 years. One more quick thank you, and it's not quick. That's to our jurors who dedicated their time and brought open minds and dedication to this process. I want to thank you. Okay, so here we are. I must say, this festival has put us to the test. From a new government to a women's march that hit numbers of over 8,000, and that's in a very small town in the mountains, to power outages, to cyber attacks, to snow at record levels. We have all been challenged and changed these last 10 days. I'm most proud through it all that we have formed a community that is bound tighter by the art we make and support. Let's not forget this tonight. Through all the feelings of winning or losing, let's take this into the future as we head off the mountain. Our strength is in our numbers. Our power is in our ideas. I want to thank you all for being present, patient, and fun through all of this. And also, just a little note, let's keep our thank yous short and sweet. Save the long speeches for when you're all nominated for Oscars next year. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the guy who leads our incredible programmers, your friend and mine, Director of Programming at the Sundance Film Festival, Trevor Groff.
Thank you, Cooper. The Alfred P. Sloan Feature Film Prize, provided by the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, is a juried award presented to a writer and director with an outstanding film focusing on science or technology as a theme, or depicting a scientist, engineer, or mathematician as a major character. The prize-winning creative team will receive a cash award of $20,000. In a separate ceremony earlier this week, the Sloan jury awarded Marjorie Prime for its imaginative and nuanced depiction of the evolving relationship between humans and technology, and its moving dramatization of how intelligent machines can challenge our notions of identity, memory, and mortality. The award went to director-screenwriter Michael Almereyda. The Short Film Awards were given out in a separate ceremony earlier this week. This year, the shorts programs were presented by YouTube, and the jury included Shirley Kurata, an accomplished costume designer, Patton Oswalt, a highly revered Emmy Award-winning comedian, and bloody booger picker, as we learned too, and celebrated filmmaker David Lowery, a Sundance Film Festival veteran who happens to have 2 features at this year's festival. He's the screenwriter of The Yellowbirds in U.S. Dramatic Competition, and he wrote and directed A Ghost Story, which is playing in our next section. The Shorts Awards are: a short film special jury award for cinematography went to Chintun Rajbandari for Dadya, The Woodpeckers of Rotha. A short film special jury award for editing went to Blair McClendon for Lapse. The short film jury award animation went to Broken, The Women's Prison at Hoheneck, directed by Volker Schlecht and Alexander Laub. The Short Film Jury Award Nonfiction went to Alone, written and directed by Garrett Bradley. The Short Film Jury Award International Fiction went to And the Whole Sky Fit in the Dead Cow's Eye, directed by Francisca Alegria. The Short Film Jury Award US Fiction went to Lucia, Before and After, directed by Anu Valia. And finally, the Short Film Grand Jury Prize went to And So We Put Goldfish in the Pool, directed by Makoto Nagahisa. We congratulate all of the winners and all of the short filmmakers who had their work here. Congratulations on such an incredible group. Cheers.
The next section is devoted to films marked by bold, innovative storytelling that signal a greater next wave in American cinema. So, let's take a look at the films in Next. All right. Our next guest is an actress, a comedian, and a musician. She is known for her work on Inside Amy Schumer and often performs with her band, The Tender Moments. She stars in 2 films at Sundance this year, Patty Cakes and Fun Mom Dinner. Everybody please welcome Bridget Everett!
Hello, Sundance. So cool to be here. My name is Bridget. This is Barry, and we're thrilled to be presenting the Next Audience Award. Sometimes you got to bring your family on stage if you're nervous, and so we're going to get this together. Just want to say what a thrill it's been to be here. It's my first Sundance, and I've met so many incredible, talented, inspiring, beautiful people, and I think it'd probably be gross to focus on the beautiful people, but I'm going to. I got to, before I came out here, I got to meet Gael Garcia Bernal, and the blood hasn't come back to my thighs yet. He's so beautiful. He twinkles like one of those people in Twilight, and I'm not pandering because you've already voted on all the shit you want to do, whatever, but I just want to thank the people that organize and do all the scheduling for keeping us apart until just now, because if I would have seen him on Main Street, I would have, I would have charged him, and I would have scooped him up like a soft, fluffy puppy, right? And all of a sudden it'd be Bridget Everett as Lenny, you as, a fluffy animal, and you guys are all watching the remake of Mice and Men that nobody wants to see. So, thank you. Anyway, that's, I just want to make sure you remembered me, so that's probably good enough, right? Anyway, such a thrill to be here. I can't believe it. And I get to present an award. How cool. This is the Next Audience Award, and it goes to, Oh, it's presented by Adobe, and it goes to Goop, directed by Justin Chun.
Sorry for my Justin Bieber hair. I ran out of hairspray. At every screening during the festival, I've really talked about diversity and how, to me, a lot of times it's really been just talk. And I feel the most effective, fastest way I can make a difference as an artist, as an actor, as a filmmaker, is for me to create. So this is my 2 cents to the community of creators, and I'm just so in awe that I'm even here, because this is the pinnacle of, U.S. independent filmmaking. But yeah, I'll keep this quick. But yes, thank you so much, Sundance, for allowing us to showcase our film here. And I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
All right, it's time to take a look at the World Cinema Competitions. Soon. Documentary jury includes Carl Spence, who served as director of the Seattle Film Festival, curating films there for over 2 decades. Also on the jury are Marina Stavenhagen, a screenwriter and film promoter who is both curator of Arte Carré Film and Arts Festival and director of the San Cristobal Film Festival. And finally, Lynette Walworth, an acclaimed Australian artist and filmmaker whose work has been shown in the Sundance Film Festival's New Frontier section since 2009. She was named by Foreign Policy magazine as one of the year's 100 leading global thinkers. Everyone, please welcome all three jurors.
Good evening, everyone. This has been a wonderful week. We thank you very much, the Sundance Film Festival, for this amazing selection of films. We want to celebrate the talent, the diversity, and the courage of the filmmakers in this section, as we strongly believe that film and art should be committed to speak out for those who have no voice. Congratulations to all of you. This visually arresting and cinematic film gave us a strong sense of the despair and powerless plight of factory workers at the bottom of the economic order. The World Cinema Documentary Special Jury Award for Excellence in Cinematography goes to Machines, directed by Rahul Jain.
This is for you. I wish you were here, my brother. Am I allowed to go political here? The smell in the detention center at the airport is very unlike here. It's not fun. You feel like a rat. You feel like you can be smelled for something you didn't do. And now, many people are gonna have to smell the smell of fear. This has been really stupefying being here. When you go to a place to learn about a place that is far from your sphere of influence, that says something about you, and there were many people here curious about the world. And I don't think a filmmaker making nonfiction can ask for anything more at a festival. Thank you.
Good evening. I just want to say these films, these 12 films, have definitely changed me over the last 11 days, and I've really enjoyed being with these two wonderful women, so it's been a great experience. So now, for its authentic and dignified approach to storytelling in which the director establishes unparalleled trust with her subjects in the most intimate of circumstances, the World Cinema Documentary Special Jury Award for Commanding Vision goes to Motherland, directed by Ramona S. Diaz.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, commanding vision. That's amazing. And it wouldn't have been possible without my two comrades in arms, two other women, Nadia Hallgren, who shot the film, and
Leah Marina, who cut the film. Tonight, I'm thinking of the women at the Fabella Memorial Hospital who gave us access to their lives. They didn't have any reason to give us access to their lives, but they did, and they trusted us, and I'm thinking of them tonight. Thank you, Sundance, all of it, the labs, the festival, the fund. I'm a product of Sundance through and through, and of course, not possible without the funders. Catapult, Chicken and Egg, I'm gonna forget someone. ITVS, POV, PBS, public media, so important. Keep supporting it. Thank you so much.
Some of these documentary filmmakers challenged who is telling history and whose history we come to know. This film celebrates the banned, buried, and largely ignored history of Indigenous music and the culture of the Americas. Artistry and resistance through music, past and present, including some of our most loved music heroes, is beautifully woven into a cohesive narrative that is a reclamation of the rich, vibrant, resilient legacy of Native American culture. This World Cinema Documentary Special Jury Award for masterful storytelling goes to Rumble. Yeah! The Indians Who Rocked the World, directed by Catherine Bainbridge and Alfonso Mayorama.
We'd like to give the talking to our executive producer and my husband, Ernest Webb, who guided this whole journey. And just before he speaks, I just want to put a shout out to all the Indigenous, non-Indigenous, experts, historians, singers, musicians, over 200 people who were involved in making this film. It wasn't just us. That's
She likes to put me on the spot. My grandfather, who only spoke Cree, our mother tongue. When I was growing up, he would mock me whenever I had a notebook or a book or a pencil. He would say, "Matao Shischo," meaning he does strange and wonderful things, but in sort of a diminutive sense. But I think after tonight, he'd say Macdausio, which isn't in the diminutive sense. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. Wow, what a way to start Sundance, man. Miigwech, thank you very much.
Okay. Our next award, a fully realized and honest portrait that reframes and uncovers history, finding missing fragments to reveal the real significance of Winnie Mandela and the often complex dynamic between women, power, and those who write history. The directing award, the World Cinema Documentary, goes to Winnie. directed by Pascal Lamache.
I'm gonna swear. This is wrong. I literally can't believe this. I have to say that my partner, Peter, with whom I began this whole thing, who 10 years ago said to me, and he was the boy who was tangled up in that wire in 1976, he was the boy who was in solitary confinement for 6 months as a kid. And he always said to me, Pascal, the film that you need to make and the film that needs to be made about South Africa is about Winnie Mandela. And Peter died during the making of this film, and that broke my heart. And for a long time, I thought I couldn't make this film. And so this is for Peter, and this is for Winnie. And this is for those who know that history is not made by great men. So thank you very much, Sundance. This has been the most incredible experience of my life. And all the films, every film here is fantastic. And I just can't believe that we've won this. So thank you very, very much. Thank you.
No score for me. No score for me.
Okay, so this is it. We didn't have to debate. This extraordinary film lifted us and carried us and then dropped us into a place unlike any other film. A wholly accomplished work of art with powerful cinematography, a compelling narrative, and heroes who reveal compassion, humanity, and extraordinary bravery in increasingly impossible circumstances. This uncompromising film matches the fearless commitment of the filmmakers with the merciful courage of the fathers, brothers, and friends who have become serious first responders. The World Cinema Documentary Grand Jury Prize goes to Last Men in Aleppo. Directed by Faris Fayyad and co-directed by Steen Johannesson.
I'm your provider. I'll give you everything you need. Your soul provider. Your satisfaction's guaranteed. Check out my credentials. Got all of your essentials. I'm your provider. You don't need nobody but me. I'm your provider.
Yes. 2 years. Hard, tough footage. Brave cinematographer. We are Syrian. We are not ashamed in this sport. We do our best to fight for the freedom of speech, for the humanity, for the justice. We do all our best to change for the best. And we hope, I trust in and the people in US, they can change. They can fight like our fight. Before I coming to Sundance, I was telling my very close friend, Steen, the fish eyes can't forget this is genocide that happened in Syria. But also the fish eyes is help to change everything around us to the best, because we are believe in each other. We will stand to next each other because we are need the freedom and justice and justice and justice.
I just want to send my great thanks to our photographers in Aleppo, who, when you see the film, you will know that they risked their lives many times to give us these images to work with, and we are so grateful for that. Also, I want to send out a plea to some of you out there who are part of the American industry. We want to have this film shown here. We want to have it out. And maybe we need help with this. And I hope there's someone out here who will see the film, talk to us, and help us get it out there. Yes. Thank you.
She had a little black dress and high heel shoes. Her lips were cherry red. The band was swinging.
The World Cinema Dramatic Jury includes Nai On, the producer of multiple films by Liu Yi, including Spring Fever, which won the Best Screenplay at Cannes, as well as Athena Sangari, a celebrated director with 2 films, Attenberg and Chevalier, that were chosen as Greece's submissions to the Academy Awards. Also on the jury is Sonia Braga, a world-renowned actress who started her career in Brazil. She was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for her performance in Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Her numerous credits include The Milagro Beanfield War, which was directed by Robert Redford. Ever heard of him? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome all 3 jurors.
Hi. This has been a fantastic experience on the jury, and I want to thank my fellow jurors. It was really invigorating, and it sort of like makes sense to watch these films here in this festival, especially with what's going on, with border closing around us. So cinema is actually a resistance zone, and I'm very proud to be part of this and to be handing out the first jury award. We didn't write long speeches. We're very minimal. So the World Cinema Dramatic Special Jury Award for cinematography goes to Axolotl Overkill, shot by Manu Dacos.
First of all, I want to thank the jury and of course Alain, who really trust me on this film, and I will thank also my German team who really helped me for this film, because I was alone in Berlin, and so they really helped me. And so bye bye, have a nice evening and enjoy the party. Bye.
Thank you. It's such an honor to be here. and to be back here at Sundance after so many years. I miss the place, and to be back with so many talents and to be allowed to be part of this wonderful group of people, and make me a happier person and make me love movies more than ever. Something happens very specially here. So the World Cinema Dramatic Special Jury Award for Cinematic Visions goes to Free and Easy. Gan Jun, the director.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing for me.
我从中国的东北冰天雪地里边坐了10几个小时的飞机，完了来到了美国的冰天雪地里边，因为时差的原因，像回到了昨天。
Honestly, this is a very, very long journey. I flew 13 hours from a similarly cold, freezing, and snowbound city from China.
非常幸运，那个要感谢这个影展，感谢我们的评委，感谢这儿的观众。
I feel lucky. This is my lucky day, and I'm especially grateful to the great jury members, and a special thank you to all of you.
感谢我的家人，这个奖属于我们主创的每一个人。
I would also like to extend my thanks to my family, and also my production team and my crew members.
为自由的电影。
For the freedom of expression in filmmaking.
The World Cinema Dramatic Special Jury Award for Screenplay goes to Popeye, written and directed by Christine Tan.
Hi everyone, I'm Kirsten Tan, the writer and director of Popeye. Thank you very much for the jury award on screenwriting. Thank you to the jury members, to the amazing Sundance team, to my producers Anthony Weijie, to the lovely cast and crew of Popeye, to Amanda who's always there, and finally to Bong the Elephant. As you may know, Popeye is Singapore's first ever competition title, so this is a historic win for our tiny, tiny country. Thank you for shining light on a story that's so, so far away from yours, and for realizing that ultimately we're all not that different. I vow always to use my screenplay to champion humanity and to use stories to bridge walls now more than ever. Thank you.
The World Cinema Dramatic Directing Award goes to God's Own Country by Francis Lee.
So I made a little film about where I grew up and where my dad is a sheep farmer. He'd be very proud, I think. I'd really like to thank Sundance. When I was writing this film and thinking about it, all I wanted to do was play here, so that was really cool. I'd really like to thank my team, my producers, Jack Tarling, my producer, Anna Manon Ardison, Mr. Josh O'Connor, who's a very fine actor, and Mr. Alex the Canary, who's also a very fine actor. And finally, I'd just really like to thank the BFI in Britain and Creative England, who totally supported me and gave us all this money for me to mess around with sheep. So thank you.
The World Cinema Dramatic Grand Jury Prize goes to Niall Hilton Incident, directed by Tariq Saleh.
Shine bright in the dark like luminescence. You're not a failure at all if the shoe doesn't fit. It means the picture was bigger than you did expect. Never give up, keep it going till you get a chance. Dude, my game's so lucrative, but it's all about real hip hop, you know.
Sundance is by far the best festival in the world. Let me first say that. I want to thank my team, and my partner, and my daughter, and I want to thank you, Fares, because you're the best fucking actor in the world. But I want to share an anecdote with you that happened to me today. I'm always kept in the room at the airport when I enter into the United States. Since 9/11, basically, I've always sat there for an hour or so. They've always been very sort of polite and nice with me. But something special happened today because I had forgotten my passport at home when I came to LAX. You know, yeah, I forgot it in LA, and it's not my home, in the hotel in LA. And I thought I was not gonna make it here. And I told the security guy that I have a film at Sundance and that there's an award show tonight. And he said, I'm gonna make sure that you're on that plane. You know, it wasn't a majority that voted for him. I just want to say that.
And now the Audience Award for World Cinema. Having directed and produced over 30 films, Barbara Koppel has been one of our most celebrated filmmakers for over 4 decades. Damn, Barbara. Her films, Harlan County, USA, and American Dream, both won the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature. Damn, Barbara. American Dream had its world premiere at the 1991 Sundance Film Festival. In an unprecedented sweep, it won the Filmmaker Trophy, the Audience Award, and the Grand Jury Prize. She has had numerous other films at Sundance, and her latest, This Is Everything, Gigi Gorgeous, is playing in this year's documentary premieres section. Now, Taylor Sheridan is an actor, writer, and director who is quickly becoming one of the most sought-after screenwriters in Hollywood. He wrote the screenplay for Sicario and its follow-up Soldado, which is currently in production. He is currently nominated for an Academy Award for Best Screenplay for Hell or High Water. He wrote and made his feature directorial debut with Wind River, starring Bay Jeremy Renner and other Bay Elizabeth Olsen, which had its world premiere at this year's festival in the premiere section. So, ladies, gentlemen, gender nonconforming individuals, please welcome two very talented artists, Barbara Koppel and Taylor Sheridan.
There's a dog in the house.
I wanted to let you know that this is totally dating myself. I was at the first Sundance Film Festival. I was on the jury, and it was so different. It was really small. I was on with Penny Baker, Wiseman, and Maisels. And we got picked up every single morning and taken to a theater and looked at documentaries. At the end, suddenly there were all these people that we didn't even know about. And Harvey Milk won that year. So, Taylor and I have the great pleasure of presenting the 2017 Audience Awards. And winning an Audience Award is tremendous. It means your film's gonna be seen, people love it. So here goes. The Audience Award for World Cinema documentary goes to, hold your breath, Joshua, Teenager versus Superpower, directed by Joe Piscatella. Yay!
Whoa. Thank you, Sundance, for giving us a venue to show this film about human rights violations going on halfway around the world in Hong Kong. These films aren't made without an amazing team. I need to thank my producer, Matthew Torn, who not only had the wherewithal to discover Joshua Wong, our hero, in a park at age 13, rocking a mic and getting a crowd rolling. He also had the wherewithal to turn his camera on. That helped make our film. Andrew Duncan, my producer, put our team together. He got this project rolling. These films don't get made without tremendous support from somebody like Andrew. Thank you to the folks at June. Thank you to the folks at June Pictures and WME and Netflix. My hope for this film is that people are able to see it. They can take Joshua's story and be inspired to stand up in their own country when their government is oppressing them. Thank you.
The Audience Award, World Cinema Dramatic, goes to Sueño en Otro Idioma, I Dream in Another Language, directed by Ernesto Contreras.
She's not too funky to be any harm. She don't make sense unless you've known her from the start. I've seen into her eyes through the color of her hair. Some say the lights are on.
Hello. Thank you. This award is significant on so many levels, but mainly to me, it's recognition to people of all walks of life, to diversity, to inclusion, to acceptance of oneself, of others. Our true roots, wherever and whatever they may be, with imagination and with magic, and use this imagination and magic to stop building walls and to be together. Thank you, Sundance. Thank you, moviegoers. Let's make our voices be heard. Thank you so much.
Okay, folks, it's now time to take a look at our U.S. documentary and our U.S. dramatic film competitions.
Thank you. We have the great pleasure of announcing the U.S. Competition Audience Awards presented by Acura. The Audience Award for U.S. Documentary goes to, and this is a big one because I got to hear this wonderful filmmaker give a speech at an artist at the table. So Jeff Orlowski, Chasing Coral, I'm talking to you.
back to the beat, slip and slide into the groove. Infectious rhythm, making you move. Waxing, leaning on the floor, skipping inside the clap on the floor. Body popping to the kick, the crack of the snare keeps it tight and quick. Show me, baby, how you flow. Winding hips to the tunes you know. We surrender to the ride, to the promise of release deep inside. There ain't no holding back. We're mesmerized to this track. Dirty bass.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here amongst such amazing, talented filmmakers. I love and respect all of you. I'm a newcomer to this community, and the films that I've seen this week are friggin' amazing. Kudos to all of you. Congratulations. Thank you so much to Sundance, to the Institute, for your support of this film, for your support of independent film. You guys are the beating heart of independent cinema. Please keep it going. We've got the most friggin' amazing team in the world. Thank you guys so much. To all of you that are out there. This project has been a joy to be able to work on and to spend the last few years dedicated to this field and to this craft and to this story and to the dedication of all these amazing scientists from around the world. Can we have a shout out for science? I don't want this to be political because climate change and science shouldn't be political. This issue should not be politicized. We want this film to be used as a tool to as many audiences out there. If you know anybody who's skeptical of climate change, just show them this film, please. Our team has been in this very weird situation for both Chasing Ice and for Chasing Coral, where we're on the front line of climate change and we're seeing the devastation happening to our planet. We don't want to make these films. This is not something that we are choosing to do. It's something that we feel like we have to do. So I would like to ask all of you to do everything you can in your power to share the story out there, to show it to people that need to hear the message. Thank you so much to Sundance. Thank you so much to this team. Thank you.
The Audience Award, the U.S. Dramatic Audience Award presented by Accurate, goes to Crown Heights, directed by Matt Riskin.
Thank you. This all started for me 5 years ago when I heard an incredible story on This American Life by Anya Borg about Colin Warner and Carl King's story. Colin Warner spent 20 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit. And I thought it would just make an incredibly worthwhile and compelling film. So I want to thank all the people who helped me bring this film to life. My incredible partner, Nnamdi Asomugha, in all of this. My producers, Matt Thurm, Jonathan Baker, and everybody else who is in here tonight. Natalie Galaska, who we could not have done it without. I want to thank the Sundance Institute for supporting this film. Their support and input was invaluable during the process. And I just want to thank the audiences for receiving this film so warmly. We brought Colin and Carl to the festival, and it was, I think, an incredibly moving experience for them to see how many people were interested and cared about their story. So thank you very, very much.
That was awesome. All the awards are really special, and I also feel like the audience award is like really super, super special, because when you think about it on an election level, that's sort of the award that Hillary Clinton won. Not over it. The U.S. documentary jury includes French filmmaker Diego Buñuel, who is host of the National Geographic series Don't Tell My Mother, and the director of documentaries and factual content at Canal+, as well as Robert Greene, a filmmaker, writer, and editor, who has been nominated for multiple Gotham Awards and won a special jury award at last year's Sundance Film Festival for his film, Kate Plays Christine. And there's Julie Goldman, who is one of the most acclaimed producers working today. Julie executive produced Wiener, which won the Grand Jury Prize at last year's Sundance Film Festival. She produced Life Animated, which won the Directing Award, also at last year's festival, and is currently nominated for the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature. Julie had to leave earlier today, but she will be appearing via video. So everybody, please welcome Diego Buñuel, Robert Greene, and Julie Goldman.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much. I think I speak for the jury when I say that this was a really incredible honor. I love documentaries, we love documentaries, and I just want to give a shout out to every filmmaker in our category. It was an incredible collection of films, so thank you so much. Thank you for Sundance for letting us judge them. Julie had to go off to try to win an award tonight for producing for a film that last year won for directing. So everyone pay attention to the video screen here for Julie Goldman.
Battling the odds with fierce determination and charismatic grit, the subjects of this film lift us off our feet with their hopes, their dreams, and unwillingness to fail. The U.S. Documentary Special Jury Award for Inspirational Filmmaking goes to STEP.
To all of the girls watching in Baltimore. Thank you all so much. We never, ever thought we'd be here. So we've just had the most wonderful week, but mainly having the girls here for those 4 days, Sundance truly changed their life. And they have gone back to Baltimore with their hearts full of so much confidence and love because all of you gave them that. So thank you so much for that. I just want to say thank you to the most amazing team in the world, and we have Coach G and Paula Dovat here tonight. We flew them back. We said want to say that being a young woman in America today is not easy. And these girls show that nothing is impossible when you surround yourself with a group of powerful women. So let's keep doing that. Thank you so much.
Well, there seems to be a unifying theme tonight. For sure, you might not hear it in my accent, but I am French. There was a Brexit in the UK. There's been this bizarre election here in the US, and we're up next. So I'll hope that we'll be able to do better. No guarantees there. Listen, the jury wanted also to recognize the incredible teamwork that goes into making these documentaries. So, for seamlessly, I'm using the prompter because it's easier, for seamlessly interweaving the intimate struggles of one woman with the invisible pain of millions, the US Doc Special Jury Award for Editing goes to Kim Roberts and Emiliano Batista for the film Unrest. And it's the director, Jennifer Brea, that will come and receive the prize. Great film.
Thank you so much. I am so thrilled to accept this award on behalf of our entire team, our amazing editors, Kim Roberts, and Emiliano Batista, and our executive producer and creative advisor, Debbie Hoffman. When I first envisioned a film about my community, few believed that it was possible. I was bedridden and telling a story about people who were also spending most of their lives in bed. The cinematic possibilities weren't exactly immediately obvious. I had a vision for a film that would show us in our full humanity. It would be a love story, it would be intimate, poetic, and grounded in the power of people with disabilities telling their own stories. And most importantly, it would be an unflinching look at the truth of our lives. It was in the edit that I was able to find my voice, and that creative collaboration, that alchemy between me and our team has been the most profound and special of my life. And so my profound thanks to Kim and Emiliano, who couldn't be here today. I am also so grateful to Kristen Feely and Tabitha Jackson, and to all of our advisors at the Sundance Edit and Story Lab for helping us to deepen and elevate that process, and to the festival for giving us this amazing space to share this story. I want to thank our entire team, especially my producers, Lindsay Dryden, Patricia Gillespie, and Alyssa Namias, all of our many supporters, and the patients and families we filmed around the world who gave so generously of themselves and their lives to tell this story. And I particularly want to thank Debbie Hoffman. She may have disappeared from rooms like these due to her disease, but she is still making movies. And so I dedicate this award to her, to all filmmakers and artists with disabilities, and to the millions around the world who are missing due to ME and other chronic invisible illnesses. In this moment, you are here, you are heard, and you are seen. Thank you.
This next award means a lot to me to give it out. But before I do that, I want to just tell a little story. I sent a text today because I'm in this weird bubble called Sundance right now, to two Muslim filmmakers that many of you know. I'm not going to name them. And I just said, I'm thinking about you. You know, I'm sure many of you sent the same text today. And I got a text back from one of them, and he said, hey, just keep our friend in mind because he just arrived to JFK and he's been detained. And like I didn't know what to do. You know, we're sort of trapped here in a weird way. Like we all have obligations to be here. It feels really strange to be in this kind of room, although this is a great group of people. And I just thought about what can you do, you know? And one thing you can do is you can keep telling stories, which is what we do. especially in documentary. It's very difficult sometimes. There are 3 films in this festival about Syria and a short about Syria. So just give it up for the people who are trying to. And I don't want to grandstand. I mean, this is a weird, platform to try to say something, really. But I think we're all pretty shaken. So I appreciate everybody who is trying to do something. All right. So I'm going to give out an award now. Stop talking. A deeply personal tale of loss and guilt told with disarmingly bold intimacy. This stunning cinematic confession reveals the emotional cost of injustice. The U.S. Documentary Special Jury Award for Storytelling goes to Strong Island, directed by Yancey Ford.
You'll forgive me. I lost my voice the second day I got here. I would like to thank the Sundance Film Festival for allowing us to participate in this year's festival. It has been a great honor to be in the company of such fine films and such brave and audacious filmmakers. I congratulate all of my colleagues in the U.S. doc competition, and I admire you all. It's a real honor for this Storytelling Award. And so many people have funded this film, and I've acknowledged them over the course of the week. And I hope they'll forgive me for being brief tonight, because I'd like to say something. I do want to thank my creative team, Jocelyn Barnes, Alan Jacobson, our director of cinematography, Signe Sorensen, our co-producer in Copenhagen. I hope you're watching. Hildur Gudnadottir and Craig Sutherland, our composers, and the entire team at Final Cut for Real. I'd also like to thank Janus Bilaskov Jensen, our editor, and I hope you are also watching in Denmark. I'd like to thank our executive producers, Danny Glover, Susan Rockefeller, the Bertha Foundation, Michelle Merkt, Laura Poitras, and Justine Nagin and Chris White at POV. And the incredible team from Cinetic and Doc and Film. They've been incredible. And thank you to my sister, who is my hero, Lauren, and to my partner, Amanda, who is my love. None of these people ever forgot what Strong Island was about. Though my brother was young when he was killed, he was acutely aware of racial injustice and inequality, and he would be appalled at what we have witnessed today at our nation's airports. And to quote Elie Wiesel, neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. Sometimes we must interfere. That moment is now. When we leave this place, we must interfere, disrupt, document, and prevent our nation from folding in upon itself. Each of us must stand and stand together wherever we are as pillars of fire in the darkness. The time is now. Summon your courage. Gather your cameras. America needs us now more than ever. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, so in a world of post-truth, doublespeak, and alternative facts, wait, did I mention doublespeak? The jury decided to create the Orwell Award to recognize a film that reveals the truth at a time when the truth is no longer a commodity. The Orwell Award goes to Icarus, directed by Brian Fogel.
Wow, the Orwell Award. May there be other Orwell Awards at Sundance, especially over the next 4 years. I have an amazing team that brought this film to life for me. They're standing here right now. This is Mark Monroe, my co-writer. This is Hejin Nazarian, my assistant and credible editor. This is Andrew Siegman, my co-producer. This is Dan Kogan, Impact Partners. 6 films at this festival, incredible. This is Jake Swanko, my cinematographer. This is John Bertain, my editor and genius. And this is Jim Swartz, my producer. Thank you so much. This movie's kind of, and this award's dedicated to Gregory Rodchenkov, the whistleblower who had the strength and the courage to come forward and to risk his life to tell the truth. And I hope that there are many more whistleblowers out there in this world like Gregory that will take extraordinary risks against extraordinary odds to bring forward the truth of what their governments have been involved in. This project has been filled with a lot of fear and a lot of exultation at the same time, where it's exciting and so personal. And I hope all of you would get a chance to see the film and also take pride in Gregory's courage and hope that our government will protect him and do the right thing. And thank you all so much. Thank you, Sundance. That was wrong way.
The U.S. dramatic jury includes Jacqueline Lienga, who since 2010 has been the director of AFI Fest, the American Film Institute's annual film festival in Los Angeles. It also includes Janine Opawal, a renowned production designer and 4-time Academy Award nominee, whose most recent film is Warren Beatty's Rules Don't Apply. And lastly, there's Gael Garcia Bernal. I hope you're ready, Bridget. Hope your body is ready. Who won the 2016 Golden Globe Award for his leading role in Mozart in the Jungle, and has starred in such films as Amores Perros y Tu Mama También, Desierto, and Neruda. Please join me in welcoming Jacqueline Lienga, Janine Opawal, and Gael Garcia Bernal.
Hello. Hey. Yeah. It's always nice to see you. You know, let's take a chance to see each other. We're very happy to be here. Thank you, Sundance. Thank you for this invitation. Thank you for bringing us here into these beautiful mountains. And I've got to say that I'm from Mexico. I'm from Latin America. And I'm a tropical bird, so I freeze in air conditioning. Not in the mountains, because in the mountains I'm okay. I'm like a light as a snowflake or or like a devil, you know, in the snow, warm, good. But in the air conditioning, I freeze. So this is the reason why I'm like, okay. And today especially, I'm from Iraq, from Iran, from Syria, and from many other countries as well. You know, it's so obvious that we're so interdependent and that we're so interconnected and that we, with everything we do, with every expression, with every single moment that we share with each other, that we think about each other. In Peru, for example, there is this ceremony that's called the Pachamama ceremony. And what they tell you is to think about the mountain where you come from. And that mountain where you come from, if you think about it, is also another person's mountain as well. And this leads me to tell you that when you think about that in a very subtle and concentrated way, you find yourself in the world, in the center of the world, all of a sudden. And I invite you on behalf of everyone from Mexico, from my family from Guadalajara, from Sinaloa, from Michoacán, from all the people, from my kids, from all my Argentinian family, my Colombian family, my Lebanese family, my Cuban family, I invite you all to come to Mexico. Yeah. You like it? Really? I mean, okay. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for inviting us. This is wonderful. And okay, we see many images in the news, in YouTube, everywhere about war in many different places. We see them all the time. But the world depicted in this film, it gives us an insight into the numbness and the danger of silence in the battlefields. All of this with the beauty of a very human camera. The special jury award for best cinematography goes to Yellowbirds, shot by Daniel Landan.
Hello everyone, I'm back in London now. I was at Sundance earlier in the week. It was an amazing experience. I'd like to say thank you. I'm very, very honoured to receive this award. The film was a tough schedule. We had difficult times, but for me the real vindication is working with a director with a vision. And with Alexander Moores, we had an amazing time creating together. We filmed on 3 continents. We had crew from all over the world, and everyone made the film much more than the sum of its parts. For me, it feels like a real filmmaker's film. Everyone involved knows why I'm saying that. So thanks a lot, everyone, and have a great night tonight. Thank you.
Sundance is a place where we come. It's exciting to see all of these new great films, and it's also the place where we come to discover new talent. The jury chose to honor the work of a new actor who was simply outstanding for bringing the passion, the journey, the raw genius of a groundbreaking artist at the epicenter of the genesis of hip-hop to life with confidence, exuberance, rare flair, and period swagger. The special jury award for breakthrough performance goes to Shantae Adams and Roxanne.
Shantae Adams is not here, but I'll accept this for you. What's up, Shantae? You deserve this. She only had 8 days. We cast her 8 days before we prepared to shoot. So she only had 8 days to prepare for this role. She killed it. She had to do everything we asked for. She's one to watch. Thank you all.
We love you, Shantae, and Roxanne. Shantae, thank you for having such a tremendous, amazing story for us to bring to light. So, Mike, you are the man. Shantae, we love you one more time.
This has been a really intense experience for me. I'm a newbie at Sundance. I haven't been here before, but I think several of my films have. I don't know about you, I saw over 30 films, not just the ones in my own category. I just can't believe how much great material I saw. But I'm here to talk about one specific film and person. It was a very brave choice of material. It was directed with a deep feeling for a special variety of religious experience in America. The profound love that a young nun, a novitiate, yearns to find within the bosom of the Catholic Church during the turbulent 1960s of Vatican II. If you think hazing is confined to male fraternities, you can think again. So, our special jury award for Breakthrough Director goes to Maggie Betts for Novitiate. I think we're going to
Hi, this is Maggie. I'm so sad not to be there, but so incredibly thankful and so grateful to Sundance. I've just had the most amazing experience from beginning to end, and this is just icing on the cake. I cannot thank you enough. I'm just deeply, deeply grateful and deeply elated, so thank you.
I forgot. Yeah, it's good to have a second chance. I want to invite Bridget to Mexico. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. It's the air conditioning. Okay. Cool. So, you know, a comedy, it can go into many different directions, and it can be, you know, can be on this side or it can be on that side. But it requires a very good script to keep the danger in a dangerous comedy. Because we like that, no? We like the comedy to be dangerous. And it is dark whilst laughing about the sometimes pathetic transcendence of our existence. How fantastic it is to give the Waldo Salt Screenwriting Award to... Epa. A little bit more time. The Waldo Salt Screenwriting Award goes to Ingrid Goes West, written by Matt Spicer and David Branson Smith.
Oh my God. I'm gonna freak out right now. Thank you so much to Sundance, the jurors, to my entire team, to Dave Smith, my co-writer, all the actors, cast and crew. There's too many people to thank, but I'd like to dedicate this award to 3 incredible women who, without them, this film would not have been possible. The first being Aubrey Plaza. Thank you so much for believing in me and for believing in us and for lending us your incredible performance to this film. I'd like to thank my mom. She raised 3 kids while working and going to school at night so that we could have this opportunity to make films like this. And I'd like to thank my girlfriend Sarah for sticking with me through this incredible or crazy 2-year process and for supporting me and being my rock. I love you so much. I love you, baby.
Thank you guys all so much. I want to say thank you to Matt, my collaborator. I can't believe I'm standing up here right now. Sorry, I'm really tall. You know, for trying to tell stories for my entire life, to have the first thing that I put into the world be this, and to receive this prize at this festival means so much to me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, the Directing Award for U.S. Documentary. She has produced and directed over 215 documentaries during her 30 years as series creator and executive producer of American Masters on PBS. Under her watch, the series garnered an unprecedented 71 Emmy nominations and 28 wins, 12 Peabody Awards, and 3 Grammys. She is currently a director for HBO Documentary Films, where she just completed a documentary on Steven Spielberg. Who's that? Everyone, please welcome Susan Lacey.
There's no greater evidence that we're living in a golden age of, pardon me, I'm short, of documentary filmmaking than the 16 films that my fellow jurors and I had the privilege to screen this week. Each is brilliant in its own way, each with a compelling story that we all need to know. And I had such a privilege to be here, to be able to screen these films, and made especially more wonderful by sharing it with my fellow jurors, who I never want to let go. So, the award for directing U.S. documentary. Without taking sides, this film takes us inside a complex and urgent story. For its provocative cinematography and sure-handed, immersive style, the Directing Award U.S. documentary goes to Pete Nix for The Force.
Wow, this journey began a long time ago. I have to thank, first and foremost, my mom and my dad, may you rest in peace, for raising me. I put them through a real rough sledding, and they saw me come out the other side, and they stuck with me, and I always told myself I'd keep pushing. And I just fell in love with storytelling, and that journey began with my first film, The Waiting Room, in 2012. Inspired by The Wire. It was a style of storytelling that drew me in, and something that I wanted to emulate, and wanting to tell the story of an American city, which is Oakland, California. An amazing city with issues of local concern that reflect national conversations that we're all grappling with, and I felt it was vital to this period in understanding our democracy to go inside these institutions that serve our public and understand how they're working or not working, and that led to making The Force. And I couldn't have made this film without
a lot of people, supporting me. First and foremost, ITVS and PBS. We have to give up for all of those people in this room who are supporting public television. This is a vital part of our democracy. It cannot be underfunded. We must continue to support this amazing institution. And all the funders, the Ford Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation, Catapult, Cinereach, San Francisco Film Society. I'm forgetting some people, but it was a remarkable support that helped get this film made. Only about half the team is here. Myself and Sean Havey. Sean was our associate producer, assistant editor, B camera. He did it all. Anytime we asked him, he was there, and that's what we do in documentary. But the most important part of this crew is not here, and that's Linda Davis, our producer, intrepid producer, and Lawrence LaRue, who edited the film, also served as a producer and sound recordist. This is an amazing honor, and I have to thank the Sundance Institute, Sundance DFP, and Sundance Catalyst, which supported this project all along the way. Thank you very much.
His first film, The Foot Fist Way, premiered at the 2006 Sundance Film Festival. He went on to make the 2009 feature Observe and Report, starring Seth Rogen. And he is probably best known as the co-creator of 2 HBO series, Eastbound and Down and Vice Principals, which he made with his longtime collaborator, Danny McBride. Everyone please welcome Jody Hill.
From the script to the final edit. Directing is all about choice. From the script to the final edit, it's a series of decisions that can affect the film in subtle or drastic ways. The director chose a subject that is unique, a world that is specific, and a character that is not often seen. She sneaks in through the basement rather than kicking down the door. She's brave enough to follow her character, even when he makes choices that we don't like. She demonstrates a complete mastery of tone and restraint, and makes a film that is both extremely watchable and fiercely independent. The U.S. Directing Award for U.S. Dramatic Films is Eliza Hittman for Beach Rides.
I just want to say thank you really to the Sundance Institute for supporting this script and supporting me in a very, very vulnerable moment in my life where I was working from first feature to second feature and from single person to mother. They really took me into their lab and nurtured me. I want to thank Cinereach for trusting me to tell this very dark and dangerous story. And I just want to thank my incredible team for supporting me every bit of the way. Drew Haupt and Brad Becker-Parton and Paul Mazzei and Andrew Goldman. And the DP of this film, Helene Louvert, who is a veteran cinematographer in France, who I learned so much from, who showed up to my set as a single mother with 5 children, who were incredibly well behaved and sat on the sidelines as we made this entire movie all summer. I am so honored to be called a director. I think that there is, unfortunately, nothing more taboo in this country than a woman with ambition. And I am going to work my way through a system that is completely discriminatory towards women. And Hollywood, I'm coming for you.
Yes, queen. Yes. He is an Emmy Award winner who has been a television producer, actor, comedian, and writer for more than 25 years. He is perhaps best known for his role as host of Comedy Central's critically acclaimed The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore. From the U.S. documentary jury, please welcome Larry Wilmore.
Jessica Williams, everybody. She's doing a great job. Man, let me just say, I am so honored to be here. There are so many amazing films. I'm so lucky to be in the documentary category. Although I have to admit, the film I can't get out of my head is a short that I saw. It just keeps playing over and over. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'll just describe it real quick. There's this, it starts like with this black woman. She's in this cabin, right? And yeah, right? No. Listen, and she like lights this match and she drops it, right? Right? I know, right? And then this light comes out of the match. I'm like, what? And it just shoots out of the cabin and it goes into the woods. And I'm like, Netflix, $5 million, man. Not making that alternative facts. Oh. On a serious note, though, I just have to keep it 100 a little bit. I do want to say to all my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world, even though I grew up Catholic, today I am a Muslim. Tomorrow I have to go to the airport, so I'll be Catholic again, but today... I'll be getting invited back real soon. But at a time when our world seems to be getting darker, uglier, and more dangerous, this film dares to be simply beautiful. And what could have been just an ordinary story about two people is instead a transcendent movie about being human. It is my honor and it is my pleasure that the U.S. Grand Jury Prize for Documentary goes to Dina. Directed by Antonio Santini and Dan Secos.
When Dan and me were starting to edit the first day of our first movie, Mala Mala, Dan's dad passed away, and we drove to Maryland to go see him. At this funeral, there was a woman named Dina who was courageous enough to speak up, and our editor and cinematographer were all there. That same year, Dan's mother also died. And Dan had the courage to invite me to pursue this story. I will let Dan speak now.
This is like the weirdest sensation. It's like the I have no spit in my mouth, and I think I'm simultaneously pissing my pants. Yeah, there's so much love that went into this film. It's a small film, and it's a simple film, and it was born from the belief that, you know, simplicity can be profound, and that the greatness, it sometimes hides in the crevices that we don't pay attention to, and within people who are walking amongst us that we don't see. And it's such a privilege to do what we do, you know. I'm the luckiest person in the world, and then I get to work with this guy every single day of my life. And we've been through a lot together, and there's a lot of people who supported us, and I'm not going to name them because they know exactly who they are, and if they don't, then they should. But they've been amazing, and they've been parents to us throughout this process. And you know, the person obviously who deserves the most thanks for all of this is Dina Buno herself.
And Scott Levin, her husband.
Two of the bravest people that you'll ever meet who were incredibly generous to us and our camera and who helped us land on this stage right now in front of y'all, which is still...
You have to thank the Sundance Film Festival. Dina was here this week with us. Unfortunately, she's not here. I wish she still was. But this was one of the first times where Dina walked into a room and everyone treated her with respect. Dina's a woman who was born and called different the second that she was born. She was called retarded, she was hurt, she was stabbed almost to death, she was in a coma. She was always punished for her difference, and Dan and me just wanted to make a second film where we celebrate each other's differences. So thank you for this opportunity.
And now to present the final award for the evening. His breakout role came in 2003 with the Sundance Film Festival Audience Award for The Station Agent. He's widely acclaimed for his role as Tyrion Lannister in HBO's Game of Thrones, for which he has won 2 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe Award. Everyone, please welcome Peter Dinklage.
Hello, hello. I'm not able to use the podium. So I will sing a song for you. No. It's truly an honor and a joy and a privilege to have spent the last 10 days here. As a member of the jury, oftentimes when you come here with a film, you don't have a moment to see any other films. And as much as you love and support your own film, you're held prisoner. But so it's so great to see so many incredible films, all of them, and I really applaud every single one of you, the filmmakers. And it's been a great week with my jurors. I think Gael is the only person that can complain about the air conditioning and make it sound gorgeous. I think he called himself a snowflake, a devil snowflake or something. It's just, I love the man, I love it. I'm gonna read here something I wrote down here. The world is falling apart. We are treating others not how we would treat ourselves. We are at a breaking point. And it's a brilliant and hilarious ride. Hold on just a second. Don't worry, I'm talking about our grand jury prize winner. A wholly original tumble down the rabbit hole, dangerous, surprising, and completely uproarious. The grand jury dramatic prize winner is I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, directed by Megan Blair.
Thank you so much. This is startling and surreal. I use that word a lot. It is so surreal to be here. Just to even be included among the other filmmakers and films that are here tonight is an honor in itself. Thank you so much to Sundance for having me in this film here. Thank you so much to Film Science and XYZ and Netflix who made it happen in the first place, and of course to the incredible cast and crew, Melanie, Elijah, David, Lee, and all the rest, without whom I am nothing. My mom and my dad had a very small part in this movie, and last week they had people over to their house in Virginia so they could all go into DC together and protest the incoming administration. And then at the same day, there was the rally here, and those things were, they were very hopeful to me and made me feel very good in the face of all of this craven, regressive, cruel bullshit that's going on. Registries and border closings and defunding Planned Parenthood and all this fucking nonsense. And things like that made me feel great to see. And all of those things that I was just mentioning, frankly, they're probably not gonna affect me all that much, but to the people that they are going to affect, I am with you, my family is with you, the people that I know and love are with you. Thank you so much. This is a huge honor and I appreciate it. Thank you.
And that, my friends, concludes the 2017 Sundance Film Festival Awards ceremony. Congratulations to everyone and anyone who worked on any of the films that were shown at Sundance 2017. That's amazing. Now it's time to party. Let's get effed up. Just kidding. Not kidding. See you later.